clashes happening in the country, and Bonitunya has the details.
Now we're staying with the story of violence in the country, and tension remains high at Mathare Section 3 as rowdy youths engage police in running battles following the death of one man last night in a suspected arson attack. At least 20 houses were torched in the 11 p.m. incident in what residents termed as a revenge attack. Now a similar attack in the area last month left one person dead and 50 families homeless in Mathare 3C. Police reports indicate that the arson attack followed a police swoop in the area in which 12 suspects were arrested. In the ensuing battle to resist further arrest, it is said that the gang regrouped and launched the arson attack. Head of police operations in Nairobi Wilfred Mbithi says extra police have been drafted in to help restore order and diffuse the tension. Our reporter Wilkister Nyabwa is in Mathare Section 3 and joins us now on phone to give us the latest from that area. Good afternoon, Wilkister.
Good afternoon, Bonitunya.
What exactly is happening in Mathare?
Now, tension is high in Mathare. Tension is very high. However, police officers have been deployed in order to restore order and also diffuse the tension. And basically, the problem arises from the fact that last night there was an attack at around 9 in the night. A man who was crossing from Section 3C to 4B, there's a bridge that connects the two areas, and 2 men were stabbed as they were crossing. It is said that there's a gang of boys that lies in wait, waiting to rob and also stabbing people who pass from one side to the other side of the bridge. And therefore, after 2 people were killed, the residents launched what is being called a retaliatory attack. They came in the middle of the night at around 1 o'clock in the morning, and they launched an arson attack. They torched about 20 houses. 1 man was killed. He died in one of the houses that were burnt. Several others have been injured. They have been rushed to various hospitals and are nursing various injuries. And the injured include those who stabbed at the bridge. And therefore, tension is very high between residents of the people who stay on both sides of the bridge.
Wilkister, what do we know? Is there a political link to these gangs that are causing violence in Mathare?
Well, we have spoken to the residents, and residents say that while politicians may have taken advantage of the situation later, the conflict stems mainly from the crime in the area, because several people have been mugged at the bridge, and so it is accusations and counter-accusations, with one side saying that the other side is harboring the thieves and those who would mug them, and the other side coming in to defend their homes. And this is basically what is happening, that it seems to have stemmed from the crime, the high crime rate in the area, and residents are just saying that enough is enough and launching attacks.
Finally, Wilkister, is there any government official, any leader in the area, and what are their sentiments?
There's a heavy police presence. Police officers have been there from very early in the morning. However, we have not seen any senior officials. We had reports earlier that the area OCPD would arrive together, that there would be a security team. We are still waiting to see whether the security team will arrive to assess the situation on the ground. But the police officers have restored order. Residents on both sides have been to stay on their side of the bridge, and residents are mostly obeying this. But there's an uneasy tension, as if residents are waiting for something, anything, and especially consider that this is at least the 4th attack in as many weeks, that residents, there's an air of expectancy. Residents don't know what will happen next.
Well, indeed, many thanks, Wilkister, for speaking to us. That is our reporter, Wilkister Nyabwa, speaking to us from Mathare, where Kenyans have woken up to fresh violence as a result of warring gangs that are now engaged with police in running battles. Kenyans have every reason to worry as violence flares up in parts of the country. It is even more worrying when violence is witnessed in areas already identified as hotspots. Kenyans would expect that the government has taken every precautionary measure to ensure no fresh violence is witnessed in such areas. As we speak, at least 8 people have been killed and 9 others seriously wounded in fresh attacks in the Tana Delta. Another 1 person has been killed and several houses torched in Mathare here in Nairobi. These areas are not new to violence. It is worrying that violence is being linked to the March elections. Now, whether the violence is politically motivated or not, it is not important. What is important is that every Kenyan has the right to security, whether in an election period or not. Those responsible for ensuring peace prevails at all times must do so. They are not doing anyone a favor. They are paid by taxpayers' money, and those taxpayers expect value for their money. It is important to note that similar patterns of violence were witnessed in the run-up to the chaotic 2007 election. The aftermath of what election still fresh in the minds of all Kenyans. There should be no repeat to that madness. Someone must stop, and stop now.